Chapter 8. The Light from the Window. The clock dragged itself toward 5 p.m., but the moment his shift ended, Jonas got up and hurried to the station. He wanted to stop at Midgard. He did not know exactly why, but he wanted to. And there was someone on his mind he wanted to talk to. This time it was not Agatha nor the scarred man. It was the old man. But it was someone else who approached him as he passed through the turnstiles.
"Excuse me, sir. Would you come with me?"
Jonas turned, startled. None of the three. Then he noticed the uniform. Police. Just what I needed. He grew irritated, but kept himself in check.
Of course, but first, may I ask why? Did I do something wrong?
"Negative, sir. Nothing wrong. But my superior would like to speak with you in the operations room."
Jonas looked confused, unsure who he meant or even where he was talking about. He nodded and followed him through the station, in the opposite direction from the stairways leading down to the platforms. They entered a windowless corridor behind a door marked "Authorized Personnel Only." Jonas saw there were 4 doors, spaced well apart from one another, including a solid-looking door at the very end of the hall. At last, they stopped in front of a door labeled Operations. The guard opened it and gestured for Jonas to go in. He stepped inside, and the guard closed the door, remaining outside. Jonas looked around the room. It was far too ordinary for what was happening there. A meeting room with a huge TV displaying footage from some of the station's security cameras. A large window overlooking the station atrium, with some of its stairways visible from there. The whole room was bathed in the beautiful light that gave the station its name, but something felt out of place. At the far end of the room, in one of the chairs at the 8-seat table, facing the window, sat a man. His chair turned slowly. Little by little, the man stopped looking outside and turned toward Jonas. He placed his hands on the table, looked him directly in the eyes, and Jonas realized that cold stare he had already seen once before. Dark hair and pale skin, an all-black uniform, whose details Jonas could now make out, and a scar on his left cheek.
"Mr. Jonas Lind."
Yes, who am I speaking to? Has something happened?
"Forgive the rudeness. My name is Adalberto Sands. Inspector Adalberto Sands. And relax. You have done nothing wrong. I only want to talk. Please, sit."
Jonas was more surprised by his name, which did not match his face at all, than by the invitation to sit.
I do not know how I can help, but I will do what I can.
He wanted no part in trouble, especially not because of an old man with terrible taste in clothes and a girl he had known for less than a week, even if she had promised to protect him.
You have shown a peculiar gift for making special friends on your travels, especially in the last week.
That's difficult. I'm a man with few friends.
I believe that, which is why I want to know more about 2 of them specifically, mainly the name of one of them.
And Jonas knew everything that was about to come next. So he was not surprised when Adalberto shuffled the papers in front of him, pulled out 2 photographs, and tossed them onto the table.
First, Agatha Locke, a journalist with ties to the opposition party, and then this gentleman whose name we still do not know, but we do know he is the leader of this revolution,